If the combination of wrestling, Alison Brie, and the 1980s sounds good to you, then Netflix's new series Glow is just what you've been looking for. Glow is a fictionalized account of the real-life 1980s wrestling promotion/TV show, also called Glow, that took a lot of women who had no wrestling background, mostly actresses, dancers, what have you, taught them how to wrestle and made a very gaudy, kitschy show about it. And this is a fictionalized account of what life might have been like behind the scenes making this series. So they're not playing the actual people from Glow, but just an idea of what it could have been like. This is a super fun show, guys. It really grabs you from the start. Very easy to binge it. The Netflix model, well, you're gonna definitely wanna kind of burn through this. It's a comedy, half-hour episodes, and the story really grabs you. Alison Brie stars as an actress named Ruth in the 1980s. She's not getting any good parts. There's very few good parts out there for women, and she ends up kind of on a whim, needing money badly, going to this audition, and it sort of becomes her new life. She's now being trained to be a wrestler, and what's that like? It really jumps her, and thus the audience who probably won't all know wrestling, into this world as she has to learn what it means and to become a heel versus a face, everything that goes on with it, and it's just a lot of fun. It embraces the fact that Glow was so over the top and so of its era, the fact that these girls are being asked to play way sort of controversial, over the top, sometimes very offensive characters, grabbing onto stereotypes and running with it. Mark Maron also stars in it, has the sort of 1970s exploitation director that's been asked to take over Glow as his new project, and doesn't really give a crap about wrestling, but just wants to make money, wants to do this, and maybe he kind of sort of has talent, but he's great in it. He looks like old school Stan Lee pictures, if you've ever seen a younger Stan Lee, and he has a great sort of attitude, the way he talks to everyone, and just, he doesn't give an F, I'll say, about what's happening, and he and Alison Brie are really funny together. And Alison Brie really goes for it. I mean, I'm a big fan of hers from Mad Men and Community, playing this character who is an actress. She thinks of herself as an important actress, and if she's gonna be a wrestler, then she's gonna be a wrestler. She's gonna find the character. They have a lot of fun with that. If you're a big wrestling fan, while this show is not really going into the minutia of wrestling, because it's not about that world, but people trying to emulate that world, there's still a lot of cool things here. There's some real life wrestlers that pop up and little appearances and little roles here and there, a lot of ex-WWE people along the way. And the show just, it grabs that sort of 80s aesthetic so well. Last year, Netflix had a huge hit with Stranger Things, another 80s show. Well, I feel like once again, they're gonna grab a lot of people with this one, but this is going for the fun pop side of things. There's a lot of great pop music. There's a couple songs that really, I thought, were awesome choices. One from a 1980s animated movie that a lot of geeks love. That's all I'll say about that. Another sort of big pop hits, but it doesn't go over the top with it. It just embraces the fact that that's the era it takes place in. And the fact that they are learning to wrestle on the way, it's a really fun journey. It's not perfect. It's a big ensemble, and there's a couple characters that you feel like kind of get the short end of the stick as far as characterization. They're just kind of there, and they have a couple funny lines, but we never really learned much about them, at least not in this season. Knock on wood, there'll be a second. But the strengths really outweigh the weaknesses here, and even though a couple storylines maybe don't get fully served, by the end of it, I think it tells a great story, especially about Ruth and her best friend. Betty Gilpin plays Debbie, this other woman who becomes a wrestler alongside her. There's a lot of drama between them, and the way it all kind of fuels what's happening in the ring is really well done. So Glow debuts, all 10 episodes, on Netflix on June 23rd. I think a lot of people, a lot of IGN fans will be fans of Glow as well. It has a lot for you there. So I hope you check it out. And for more on things going on in Netflix, you should check out the news about the Witcher series they're developing. And for plenty more coming to that streaming service and more, keep it here at IGN.